morning, guys. We are up, getting ready to start the day. Knock on wood, my sinuses aren't continually draining like they were yesterday. But we're getting ready to get out. I gotta unstrap. I had to figure out how I'm gonna get into the unloading zone, which I gotta go up, turn left, and go up the hill a little bit. But the space between that little piece right there and that little piece right there just not looking favorable to get through. And we're gonna have to try to just back up the hill. It's gonna be a lot easier. I'm hoping by the end of the day I still got a voice. It's kind of intermittent right now. So we shall see. We got her tied down. Now I just need to kind of go through and get some of that loose. Gotta get some of that loose stuff off, and I think we'll be ready to roll. Wouldn't want that coming through your windshield. So 4 years ago, yesterday actually, I decided I was done trucking. I actually lost a turbo in my old truck, Snowball. One of these runs back from Kansas, and 4 years ago was the first time Fireball here hooked up to Mac to get the load home. But 4 years ago, a lot of people were surprised to hear whenever I said I was done. A lot has changed in those 4 years. The same people that were surprised to hear me say I was done, they knew I was done. They were very surprised to hear me when I said I was getting back in the truck. Met a lot of people in those, the 2 years I took off. Sorry, my eyes are watering. I think it did me some good to take some time off from the road. And I think it's done me some good to be back on the road. I'm a firm believer God will point the wind in the direction that you need to go. And you might not be quite ready for it, because I was actually getting ready to come off the road anyway. But you might not be ready for it when God changes the wind for you, but you just got to take it as it goes. And that's kind of what I do. And, I came off the road immediately. Whenever I was ready to go back to work, I had a job. I was very blessed in the way things worked out for me. And, when I got fired from the mine, 20 minutes later, my father-in-law calls me, while I'm in the middle of praying over what I need to do. And I get a phone call asking to jump back in the truck. So here we are. It's been a little over 2 years since, I think around Halloween was when we got back in the truck. But, it's been a real blessing. I never thought that I don't really need 2 YouTube channels, but it helps kind of keep things separated. And I never expected either channel to really get to where they're at today. I mean, it ain't nothing major. I think I got about 825-ish subscribed to this channel, and I think I seen yesterday I got 300 on my other channel, which I've been doing. The other channel I've had going since 2020, based off my racing stuff, and hit and miss on some minor trucking stuff. I mean, if you want to see videos with Snowball and stuff like that, you have to go back to the Lad's Garage to see that, and go way back in the videos. And so yeah, it's been a wild ride. I was gonna talk about it last night a little bit, but it just wasn't in me to talk, and I'm trying to get it out while I can now. So We're going and get us a road snack and some cough drops. Old truck needs a bath. They didn't have any Ricolas, so we got to sell for hauls. Here we are, crossing back into Missouri for the last time of the year. Oh boy, here. He must have all these people trained across here, because now a single person tried passing us going up this hill. It's all good. As long as he stays right at on 54 and not going the way I'm going. Best thing to do when you got a big oversize like that, you know, in an area like this, just stay back, let them do what they gotta do. Sometimes I think about, you know, whether or not I should make the second attempt at being an owner-operator again. I don't know, sometimes I miss it. Other times when, you know, the truck goes in the shop and I see what the bill's gonna cost, I don't miss it, or, you know, we have a bad luck with a run of tires or something. I wonder if anybody told him he can't park there. Holy cow, they actually got a line of trucks here today. Just give you proof, I'm in line for a truck wash. Just kind of one of my pet peeves. I like having my truck clean when I go home for Christmas. One of the big reasons I got out to start with was I was kind of worried about what the economy was going to do, and I wasn't too far off on what happened. I mean, the cost of everything went up and the rates really didn't adjust out to it. Right now it seems like, you know, while I don't own anything, I do see the cost and, you know, all that stuff. And the rates came up a little, but they, you know, the cost of everything went up, you know, like this, straight up, and the rates kind of, you know, you get what I'm saying here? Well, let's see how it goes after the first of the year. You know, we might start making a push to possibly buying a truck, you know, getting our name on a title, and having our own deal going. I don't know. It's bad. They gotta have a sign up to warn you to stay away from those rocks. Swing wide, it's a freaking trailer. Well, I'm waiting in line. I'm using a little bit of my Bull Snot dashable to kind of clean up, get my floor looking halfway decent. Spray it on there, just wipe her down. Gives it a little bit of a, not really a slick texture, but a little bit of a shine to it. Makes it look a little better. Vacuum cleaner comes in handy sometimes. Get all the little debris up off this corrugated floor, or red floor, or whatever you want to call it. You can kind of see this area here is a little dirtier than over here, so spray this on here like so. I'm sure they probably got a better product that works than this, but I'm gonna coat her pretty good because she's pretty bad. Not as worried about over here, but I need to pull my shifter boot up. Spray it on. Wipe around here, and a little harder because this rag is getting snagged in her ribs, but for the most part, gets a lot of it up. We ain't going for a show shine by any means, but it does a decent job. There's a reason why Snowball had Pergo flooring in it versus the factory flooring that Western Star has. Is, well, these old rib floors are a pain in the butt. I actually had a Swiffer mop at Snowball. It took me longer to get the mop out and put it together than it actually took me to clean the floor. A lot of people forget to do it, but don't forget to clean underneath your visors. Yeah, we've made it part way in the bay. Blue Beacon doesn't like you filming the workers for some reason, so gotta keep them secret. Raindrops keep falling on my head. Yeah, still ain't a show truck. At least it's cleaner than what it was. Let me go get my rag. Get me out of the wheels real quick. If you don't do this, you're guaranteed to have massive mud spots inside your wheels. Especially with going out dirt roads and stuff like I do. If you get your truck washed and just let it sit, water just pulls up in there. Next thing you know, you got a big old spot in your rim and you can't get it out because it's dried in there, and then you get another wash and then you still can't get it out. Drive axles are the worst. They never get it clean. These you gotta wipe it all down because the mud gets down into here, and as you drive around it splashes out. I know the old beater ain't a show truck, but it's kind of one of those niches or whatever you want to call it. You just kind of learn little things as you go, and you know, when I started polishing every weekend, I go get it washed, and I always had these little weird spots in the wheels, and I was sitting there watching one of them guys with one of them fancy Peterbilts. Kind of like that guy there. He probably spent just as much time outside the bay wiping his truck down after they washed it as he did in the bay letting them wash it, and it really didn't go in the bay dirty. So I was watching him, he's doing that, and I'm like, that's a smart idea. And I didn't have to deal with the little mud spot in the wheel. You know, especially like I said, if you wash it and then go park, the water's just going to settle right there in that little dish area. And then if you go down the road, it's not so bad, but like if you got hubcaps like I do on my drives, then that mud, if you got mud in there, dirt, which I probably need to take them off and clean them out again, but you get that mud, dirt in there, and it's just going to sling all over your wheel. But look, guys, I'm about talked out for the day. It's everything I got to do what I've done today. I'm going to go back, making some dinner, edit video. Well, I'll be editing this video specifically. I'll eat my dinner, take some nighttime medicine, and get up in the morning and go deliver. Don't forget to turn that off before you go to bed.